report will you believe? I will believe the report of the Lord. Whose report will you believe? God's report is final. You've heard what the doctor said,
but God has spoken.
You've seen what it looks like,
but God has spoken.
You've read their report, There is a higher word.
God has the final say.
Men may speak, but God decides what He said we will do.
God's report is what we hold.
God's report.
God's report is what we stand on.
God's report.
God's report will not fail.
Oh.
God's report will prevail.
The doctor's report
Is not final.
fear may speak.
Don't accept it.
What God has written,
Is the final report.
what God has spoken,
Still alive.
His word is final.
Accept His word over your life.
Not what you see,
Not what you feel.
what God has
But
said
what has said.
is what is real.
God's report is what we hold.
God's report, yeah.
God's report is what we stand on.
God's report.
God's report will not fail.
Oh,
God's report will prevail.
God said you are healed.
God said you will.
God said you will live.
God said you will live.
God said you will
God
rise.
said you will win.
His word will not fail.
His word will stand.
What He has spoken,
Will come to pass.
He never failed.
He never lied.
What He has said
What He has said.
will stand. Yeah.
God's report is what we hold.
God's report, yeah.
God's report is what we stand on.
God's report.
God's report will not fail.
Oh,
God's report will prevail.
believe what God said.
Not what fear said.
Believe what God said.
Not what they said.
Hold on to His word.
Don't let it go.
God's report.
Is enough.
God's report.
That is the truth.
God's report.
That is the final word.
Whose report will you believe?
I will believe the report of the Lord.
Whose report will you believe?
God's report is final.